Special thanks to Toys and Things in Danvers, Massachusetts, Reaper Miniatures, Off the Wall Games in Hadley, Massachusetts, Games and Friends in Springfield, Massachusetts, as well as AAA Games Arena in Wilbraham, Massachusetts. If you enjoy the show, help the podcast grow. Give us a follow on Twitter at LordsBroken, join the community Discord, and maybe consider offering a small tribute to the old ones on our Ko-Fi. All these links and more can be found in our link tree at linktr.ee/The Broken Lords. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another episode of the Broken Lords podcast. We will now continue our story where our erstwhile heroes try to escape from a valley filled with stuff that wants to eat them.
It's not fun.
Speaking of which, they also want to eat, so last I heard you guys were stockpiling supplies, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so give me first, somebody give me a craft check.
0 mother effing successes.
Target number is 10, and he duffed it.
Hate it. Or those, was that a 12 and a 17? You fucking hate to see it.
My craft is technically 13. Does anyone...
Mine's 11.
Give it a try, it's only a difficulty 1.
Do I actually have anything that helps me craft?
I do have something in craft, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I can roll 1 extra d20.
I feel like it depends on what you're crafting.
When making a craft test, you may either roll 1 extra d20 or spend 1 doom to reduce the difficulty of the test by 1 step to a minimum of 0.
I have that as well. 1 second. That's actually a crit. That's 2 successes.
It's 2 successes. Cool. You are able to make 2 water skins with that. If you would like to spend your momentum rather than bank it, I will allow you to make 1 more.
Let's get 2 water skins up. That sounds dope. I'm cool with that.
Well, you're starting at 2. If you want to spend the momentum, you
Okay,
can
make 3. Yes, no, let's make that 3. Let's make that 3.
So, because of where you are in the valley, I would like Octomer to make me a survival check.
Yeah, sure. I take it this is not the woodlands that I am familiar with.
You're still on the edge of the forest, so I would allow you to have this is a gathering food and water check.
So I am going to reduce this down to, I think, 2 steps.
Yeah, it starts at 2, so that would reduce it to 0. So you don't have to roll if you don't want to.
But you can if you want to generate momentum.
Which I do. 2 successes.
The chart has been marked.
You are able to find a water source. It is pretty far west of your initial starting point.
Okay.
As you and the crew kind of scout your way west, because that was the plan to survey the Thorn Wall anyway.
Yes.
You do see southwest of your position, it looks like the ground drops away.
Okay.
What would that mean?
Have to get a closer look to find out.
Do we see an end to the thorns in the distance?
No, it seems like it goes right up to the wall, but you'd have to keep scouting to try and find a way in.
Ugh.
Well, sure, why not?
If I was a jerk sorcerer, I would make my evil, giant, effing thorn wall the entire size of the valley. This dude absolutely had creative mode on Minecraft and fucking cheated that shit in.
I'd put roses in mine, because I'm stylish.
I'm still interested in that dip.
Yes.
I scout the dip.
So, you guys scout westward along the Thorn Wall while you're searching for resources. You're managing your craft time in the mornings and the evenings. It takes you about 2 days until you can comfortably see the far wall. It looks like there are some thinner brambles over here. The dip is now direct south of your current position. If you want to spend half a day, you could get up close and see what it is. There's no sign of the dragon's territory over here either, so you don't have to worry about backtracking into that.
I think I could probably scout this out solo.
Okay.
I'm a pretty wily guy. I don't think I need to bring everyone out with me. That'll leave maximum time for them to craft.
You sure you do not want backup?
Alright, so for a solo expedition, you will be able to move quite a bit faster. Give me another survival check. You can still reduce this check by 1, and it is a difficulty 2.
Okay, so I'm going to reduce it down to 1.
Would you like to spend any momentum?
I'll probably spend 1 of my momentum, yeah.
Ooh, there's a green outline on one of those.
There is. So that's
Three successes.
successes? Nice.
Awesome. Would you like to spend your extra momentum to assist even further with the gathering of materials for the trip?
Yes, actually, that would be most advantageous.
Cool. Since you've been pacing along the thorn wall, gazing out over it to where you can see the steam rising out over the swamp, it is already significantly hotter here compared to when you were in the deep forest. So it occurs to you early this morning before you set out to investigate that dip that swamps like that back home, there is some sort of mysterious illness you can get there that can make you very sick.
Brilliant.
So you consult with our resident herbalist, Phaedra. In between the two of you, you come up with some plants to keep your eyes out for, with an end goal of trying to be able to make some herbal remedies to possibly help people fight off or resist infection when you're crossing the swamp. So you are going to find 2 ingredients for Phaedra, and you're able to scavenge enough like fruit and nuts and stuff as you go to bring up the total group's rations to about a week, if you stretch it thin.
Hell yeah.
Much obliged, sir.
You come up to the dip in the ground, and you are looking at a jagged ravine. You're kind of at the narrow end of it. It looks like it stretches all the way to the cliff wall on the west side.
On the west side?
That'd be a ways.
Yes. If you had to guess, it's more than 10 miles.
So, okay.
We got out closer to the eastern wall, right? Because we were kind of hugging that.
You got out very close to the eastern wall, yeah. Over the past couple of days, you've basically crossed the whole valley.
I just want to check and make sure that my own mental map is correct here. What you're saying is if we had, instead of crossing close to the eastern wall, if we had crossed close to the western wall, we would have hit this ravine and likely had to have gone to this side.
Yeah. Let me see. I have a little hex grid over here. Let me see if I can...
'Cause it sounds like this ravine is probably not easily crossable.
I'm going to give you a rough sketch just so we're on the same page.
Okay.
Here.
I don't want to ask stupid questions, but is there any ravine that's easily crossed?
Depends on how wide the ravine is.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Fair.
If
Fair.
it's like a 5-foot ravine, yeah. Hell, even if it's 10 feet, you could probably find like a sturdy tree and cut it down. But, you know.
Ooh, that's rough. All right.
That is rough, yeah. We have a valley that is in the neighborhood of 30 miles east to west. On the west side, there is a large jagged ravine that stretches in the neighborhood of 12 miles. About 6 miles above that is the thorn wall that the players are trying to find a way across.
I don't like the way you're using the word miles, which is often.
Because of the terrain that you're in, you've been greatly slowed down. Ancient armies used to march like 30 plus miles a day, but that was usually over level, even terrain. So...
Yeah, and we're going into a swamp soon, so I can't imagine we're going to be picking up the pace all that much faster.
Boggles the mind. I hate myself. I hate
Yeah,
myself.
that was horrible.
Worst one this week.
It was kind of rough. Like, we don't want to go on this side of the ravine, because that would basically be useless to us, unless there's some secret cave entrance there, which we can bank on, but I don't know if that's...
I think we're still fairly well set on crossing the bog.
No, that's what I mean, but as in getting past the thorn wall, right?
Yeah.
Like, going on this side of the ravine, like the other side of the wall, is not going to really help us. Unless there is some miraculous, like, cave entrance shit there.
What kind of evil wizard puts a fucking cave entrance to his evil bog?
You know it's a real smelly bog, too.
Yeah. It's dank. I hate it.
Now, have we seen any... There have been no real ways in so far that we've seen from the thorn wall, from our...
The western edge of the thorn wall, north of your current position, there's some thinner terrain there that looks... places where it thins out and kind of looks promising.
Okay.
I feel I've been staring at the thorns now and then because what else is there to look at in that direction? Are they dry? Are they healthy? Yes,
are they wet
exactly.
boys?
Like what?
They're very kind of like weed looking, stick like wood fiber. They're not green thorns, they're brown thorns,
Sure, but if I were to
but they're big.
like gnarly,
Okay.
big,
Yeah, think like acacia thorns. They're like maybe 4 inches long. Maybe some are longer.
if I were to work at the surface of one of these big gnarly tendrils of thorns, is it green underneath? Are they hollow? What is it like? I'm trying to figure out if they can burn, basically.
Oh, if they're like nettles, essentially? That's what you're...
If it's wet and green and alive on the inside,
Not a big chance.
we can't. Yeah, it's not gonna burn easily. If it's dry and crackly and like kindling, even if it's tough kindling,
Do the thorns look evil?
it might burn if it's dried. They probably look evil regardless, yeah. But no,
Do they
you know what?
look evil?
I'm not gonna put words in Corey's mouth. Corey, do the thorns look evil?
Do the thorns look evil is the big question. No, the thorns don't look evil. They just look like a rather unpleasant plant. They're hardy. They're definitely alive. They're not dead.
Yeah.
But they're not, like, hollow. It's very difficult for you to snap one off. You actually have to use your staff to do so.
Yeah.
But when you do, it does appear solid on the inside.
A lot of sap flowing.
It looks healthier on the inside than it does on the outside.
Oh, okay. Fun.
So we got wet vines here. All right, boys, we're gonna need a change of plan.
I bet they stink too. I bet they
I mean,
do.
they're bog vines that can't possibly be good.
Yeah.
Bog vines.
I think that's the name. These
love
are
it.
officially bog vines.
GM, what's the bog level? How are we doing on bog levels?
You're good on bog.
Okay, so is it visible beyond the vines, or the vines?
You're not in the
Okay.
bog yet. Yeah, basically on the other side of the thorn wall is 7-8 feet high in places. So you can't really see over it and down to where the swamp begins. You just can see the swamp
Okay.
beyond it.
Got it. Okay. Can I even see through it, or is it basically solid with how
It's
like
very,
thick it is?
very thick.
How many C's?
Okay.
All cues.
Wow.
Damn.
We got a
fuck.
thick bog.
Cool.
We do.
All right, boys, we gotta get our indirect ass ready. We're going into the thick bog.
Oh,
God.
no.